trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways.
I'm about to drop some hugely powerful alpha. And that's what they call it. They call it alpha, believe me. Okay? And not many people know this, but alpha means that I know big things, strong things, powerful things. So here's the alpha, folks. If you want to be hugely rich like me, you got to join and subscribe to the BLEEVESCRYPTO YouTube channel. You got to become a member because many people say, quite frankly, it's the strongest YouTube channel out there. It's fantastic. It's the best. So let me know what you think, folks. Funny Donald Duck.
I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 Lady, and I got my shine. Money in my pocket and we're feeling fine. Radio's loud and we're playing Sublime. I think it's gonna be a good day, my oh my. I can't believe I made it this far, it's a miracle. Floating in the clouds now, used to be miserable. Never looking back since I changed my ways. I'm on that good life tip today. I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to go there with me, girl. I'm looking for the good life, good life. Baby, we can have it all. We can make love out of waterfalls. I'm living that good life after all. Yeah. La da da da, good life, sitting by the fire. La da day, good life, feeling that breeze.
What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great evening. My name is Bleeves. We are here for Bedtime with Bleeves, where I'm going to tuck you in with all the information that you've been waiting for all day long about this crazy crypto market. And we're going to start off with what is going on with Crow. Crypto.com is on a nice big move in the last about 5 to 6 hours. It's been just going out of its mind. We're finally seeing some life. Now, when I say out of its mind, of course, when you have a large cap like this, the percentages are not too crazy. But for the rest of the market, which is consolidating at just ridiculous levels, let's face it, we're consolidating at 24.8 on Bitcoin. We're consolidating at 1,700 on Ethereum. Look, those are not numbers that we're happy with. Those are not numbers that everybody wants to see, but those are the numbers, and they're not bad for the position that we're in, for the place that we're in right now. And you know what's happening? China is taking over. Speaking of China,
I'm about to drop some hugely powerful alpha. And that's what they call it. They call it alpha, believe me. Okay? And not many people know this, but alpha means that I know big things, strong things, powerful things. So here's the alpha, folks. If you want to be hugely rich.
I'm just messing around with you. So anyway, this is, let's get into chat first. Justin W's in the house. What is going on? I don't do Friday night shows. I've only done a few of those over the last year or so. I normally do Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. and then Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. NGN to the moon, you better believe it. It is going. I'm still wondering, is it NGN or is it BRL? Which one is going to get to 1337 first? And by the way, BRL had an opportunity with a nice event, and nothing really became of that event. Did not get the pump that I think everybody was kind of looking for out of it. I know that there were some reasons for that, but you know, we're looking for 1337, first one there. What is going on, Maddie B? Tony P in the house. BRL is here. I got Rug is here. Kyle Vera in the house. Beaver Lumber. Jay Smooth. Isabel is here. Thinking forward, what's going on? Crypto. Richard Nelson is in the house. RW7610 is here. Volty Biggs, Cajun Crypto, Greg M, what's going on? Jeff, the producer's in the house. Dave D, Horse Soldier, can Shib hit 0.005 by the end of quarter three? Look, that's a crazy number. I don't know that the capital exists at this point to get there, It's going to be dependent on the burn, to be fair. So I'm not sure how it happens, but it sure would be interesting to see it play out in that sort of way. Because look, anytime you see Shib run, then you start to get that feeling, because you just never know when it ends. But mathematically speaking, I would say in order to get to 0.005, that would likely take from here about a 16x, 16 times 780. Yeah, it's completely out of range. That's over 100 billion market cap, and Shib's not going to 100 billion market cap. Not in this environment. Maybe next year after the halving, maybe then we'll talk about it. But for right now, no. I think that the best we can hope for is another just a big run up for maybe a 4x from where we are, 5x in a perfect storm with some serious burns happening. The all-time high seems kind of far away, seems impossible, but with what's happening in China right now, it's entirely possible that we see a lot more than what we think is about to happen. Andres in the house, Matty B, Mr. Cryptocurrency is here. NGN is saluting. Sativa Cyborg Fry. What is going on? 912 all day long. I'm worried about LUNC. I'm not. And I've been in crypto long enough to not worry about when things don't pump when I want them to pump. And listen, LUNC is going to pump when Bitcoin dips. That's been basically the way. And if you watch my content today, you already know that. And by the fact that you're saying that, you probably didn't watch it today. But that's the way that it works, really. It'll pump afterwards unless there's some kind of information that comes out. And the only information at this point is going to move the market is in 11 days. Well, I guess it's in 9 days now. And it'll be on March 1st, which is Binance is going to announce the burn, whatever burn amount they're going to do. There might be a little bit of buildup for that. And then the second thing is when they announce some kind of actual repeg. Now, I do think, and I hope that they've really reconsidered this, and this USTC thing is going to just go away. I think the last flip or two that we've done here should probably be the last one. And then after that, no more. What we should be talking about is how do we make a new AFT that has nothing to do with the old with the old regime and the old system. I think that we need to just put USTC to bed once and for all. I think that the people who were voting yes on it just don't understand. They have no comprehension. All they're worried about is a bunch of, look, I no disrespect to a bunch of people who are greedy, but they're a bunch of greedy people who are just really looking for that, I want 100x off of something and I want to make it LUNC, so, and they're doing the panicky thing to try to figure out the quickest path, and that's not always the best path, and it's not always a path that's going to work. So, Trail Boss, what's going on? I appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Iram is in the house. MDK 420. That's weed for those of you that don't know. Valhalla Crypto. What's up, Cody? How's it going, my man? The freaking Oracle is in the house. STX Easy Money. Lil Mayo is up over 7,000% on the day. See, those are the ones that you just always want to get a hold of. Maps requires the $ in front of it, right? Well, in order to search it, it will. Juice in the house. Heat Score in the house. Kyle Schott is here. What's going on? David Wright. Coochie Boy's in the house. We got a packed house tonight. Ken Valera. Diamond Nuts. Bane Croft is here. What is going on, my man? How do you find, you just go look at Uniswap Explorer and just kind of flip through and figure it out. I have people that come to me all the time, but I only believe a small portion of them. And to be honest, I don't bring most of them to you. Gary Cooley in the house, Sebastian McDonald, what is going on? And Uproar Entertainment is here. Hey man, I still haven't heard from Cody and the Teenage Bottle Rocket team. So I'm going to have to go with a parody. So if you know anybody who can do a parody, I have the lyrics already ready, by the way. I did have somebody who I think probably could do it. And as a matter of fact, I might go into the studio and sing it myself. But we'll see. But I just have this, what I think is a cool idea. And I think everybody's going to like it. I think everybody's going to be like, oh my God, this is ridiculously awesome. But let's go into this is kind of crazy, right? I want to point out something that we talk about this all the time, right? And everybody else who's involved in all of these different cryptos, who's involved in all this stuff, all the people that you watch, they're telling you certain things, right? They're telling you that this token's going to do this token's going to do that. All these crazy things are going to happen, right? But the big one on the block, it's Bitcoin, obviously. And you've had so many people that have been telling you that it's time to short, it's time for you to do this, it's time for you to do that. The lone person out here that's been telling you, hey man, it's time to go long on this shit, has really been me, right? And every once in a while you see somebody else who kind of pops out and starts saying it, right? Well, guess what? Every single one of the bears is now acting like they've been watching my goddamn channel. And we're going to start off here with the pre-market. I'm going to show you the pre-market's a little bit down. I don't think it's going to stay down. I think this market wants to run now. I think the problem with this is on this. Look, this is all about China, and we're going to talk about that. But look at this. We're going to flip this one. Where do we go from here? We're going to close that out, and I want you to look. BitBoy Crypto. How did BitBoy Crypto become such a bull, you might ask? Well, it's because he now thinks, where is it? It's right here. Where'd it go? Hong Kong opens. He's starting to see it. He's starting to recognize what's going on. And then here it is right here. What does he see? Chinese Bitcoin bulls released, right? Who told you about that? I told you about that. Now what's happening now? Now everybody's making content about it. You know why? Because China has opened up the market. China is adding liquidity into this market. Now, here's the deal, and this is crazy. You know what? Before we do that, before we say that, let's go over here. Elliott Trades. Elliott Trades is probably at this point the biggest bear in this market, not named Gareth Soloway. And what do we have right here? We have Elliott Trades flipping buy and breaking, China buying billions in Bitcoin. And listen, I watch Elliott Trade all the time because I want to know. I want to know what it's like to be wrong, right? I want to know what it's like to not have the answer, not know exactly what's going on. I just kind of wanted to know, right? So I watch and I hear it every day that it's not happening, that you got to get out, blah, 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 blah. I see this is all the negative stuff, right? And I'm joking, by the way. Elliott Trade is a fantastic place to go get news, but it is more on a bearish sentiment. And here's the thing. It's bearish because Elliott Trades has already made a ton of money. He's already there. So he doesn't have to take on the risk, right? So he was not taking on the risk at any point, and now here we are today, breaking China buying billions in Bitcoin per day, and now he's talking about it. And what he was telling people, and what he was saying to everybody was that, I've been on the sidelines all this time, but now I can't help myself. I got to get into this market because it's really happening. So congratulations to Elliott Trade for finally seeing it, and boom, now he's in the game. Then we have Gareth Soloway over here, and Gareth Soloway, I swear to you, Gareth Soloway is one of the smartest dummies I've ever seen because he gets it. He understands the technical perspective. And listen, I owe a lot to what I watch from Gareth Soloway when he talks about what you're looking for in the market, and I agree with the way that he analyzes. I don't agree with the outcome that he's been coming out with. And the reasons why I don't agree with the outcome, there's many different reasons why I don't agree. But I have watched all of the stuff that he's been doing. And I really enjoy the fact that he's not afraid to tell you and dig deep and to tell you about all of these different economic factors that he thinks are going to cause problems, which I just absolutely disagree with. I think that the economy is way stronger than he's giving credit for. A lot of these guys are talking about the 1930s. They're talking about 1929. They're talking about all these past events that lead up to these sort of situations. These nihilist sort of, well, we're going into a recession, et cetera, and it's about to get worse, and it's going to get worse. And they've been telling us that for months. And guess what? It's getting better. Now, then you have they'll redouble down on their efforts, and they'll say, well, in 1928, in the month of July, everything got a whole lot better, and everybody felt like everything was going to be fine, and then it wasn't, right? Well, that's not exact. They don't understand this economy, and as an analyst who's been trained to do things a certain way, they understand the way that the market works in the context of the school book, in the context of everything that they've read up to this point, everything that they've studied up to this point. Well, let me be the first one to tell you, this economy isn't like any economy that you've ever experienced before, so they can't do that, right? And that's what they want to do, and that's what they're trying to do. And now here we are, right? So there's a couple things that are happening, and the most important thing is China right now, because Xi Jinping, he's backed off the gas in terms of banning crypto. The talk about banning crypto has just kind of dissipated and disappeared, because now he wants his people to be happy and to feel comfortable and to feel a little more secure. He realizes that he's been stuck in this sort of rut here, and in order he needs to have some success. So the Bank of China has opened up the coffers, and they are flooding liquidity into the market. Now here's the other part, right? What's happening is the money is going into the market, and then it's getting sucked out by the United States, and they're not shrugging, and they don't care. They're not flinching at all. They're continuing to pump money back into the market even more than before. Now, what's happening is, so China walks into the market, and we'll look at Bitcoin here real quick, and we see Bitcoin is sitting right at 25,000 again, getting ready to pump up and hopefully try to bust through this area. Now, look, this is major resistance. So this 25.1 number right here, this is going to be an enormous amount of resistance. But here's the thing, right? Every day we see this big pump, and we see these big pumps come through, and we're trying to get into this level, right? Well, then what happens is everybody's used to it right now. Where do we get? We get right here, and what do? We start saying, well, this is probably too high, so we start shorting. And what happens is the shorts make a little bit of money, and then boom, it gets bought back up. And now all the rest of the shorts are just getting absolutely bottomed out and wrecked, right? And then we consolidate right here, and what happens again? Then the shorts come back in, and what happens on these shorts? They're not getting down here deep enough to make really much of an impact. So the shorts are creating new positions, and they're getting in here, and they're creating these stop losses, and these stop losses are like right here, right? They're in this area, and guess what's getting ready to happen? We're gonna get into this area, and we're gonna start popping a whole bunch of these, and we're gonna start popping a whole bunch of these because you can't help it. This market is about to get sent, and it's the same way. Look, you just got to zoom out, because one of the world's largest economies, that of the United States, a few years ago, threw just a shitload of money at everybody. And what happened? This right here is what happened. This gigantic run is what happened, right? Because you threw enormous amounts of capital, and you can see it right here. This right here, this little spot. Oops. Let me shift button. Motherfucker, I'm on the wrong one. Ain't that a bitch? So this right here, this is where COVID happened, right? Might hit the control button. It's a control. God damn it. All right. So this is where the bottom fell out in the crypto market, and every market was dead right here. This is when we got COVID, and people were like, oh my God, it's real. March 14, March 13. This is when it all starts happening, right? This is when it's horrible. And 2 weeks to stop the spread. Well, what happens after 2 weeks? Well, then the United States starts saying, hey, we're going to give people money to just sit at home. And people said, well, what? And then the rest, as they say, is history. And we got this, the mother of all relief rallies. And we just basically ran ourselves through a bull run that we weren't even supposed to have in the way that we were supposed to have it. You know, it just, things worked out. Things worked out to their best advantage. Now we flash forward, and we take this as a learning lesson, and we say, well, you know, what would that look like if it were happening and it was China, and if it was China that was doing it, well, because that's what we're really starting to see right now, right? So now we come over here and we look at this and we say like, well, where are we going to go from here, right? Well, so if we were just to say that today is the day that this is going to happen, right? Then you can see over here, by the time I start to zoom out a little bit, we're already at 33,000. This is what we're talking about. This is up through September, 45,000. I guess, and by the way, look. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Where are we? Where is it? 40,471. And then where are we consolidating the second time? 48,161. I don't make this shit up. Right? Like this really kind of reaffirms to me in my mind that this is where we really are, that we're not where these people think that we are. Now, where does that tell me that Bitcoin's going to rally up to? Well, 230,000. So now I got to eat a little crow and say there's no way in hell that that's going to happen, right? Well, in order for that to happen, that's 230,000, which means that we would have to have a 10x in this market, which means that we would have to have a $10 trillion market cap. I just don't see that. I see 5 trillion, maybe 7 trillion. However, if it's exponential and the adoption continues to be mass adoption, then I mean, maybe it does happen. Maybe I'm the one that's, I'm the crazy one out here telling you that these numbers right here are making perfect sense. When in fact, it may just be that I'm an eternal optimist about where it's getting ready to go, right? But the people that do that are the ones that are always right anyway, right? Because I mean, that's what Bitcoin has done. That's what crypto's done. That's the way that it's been for all this time. So here we are, and Bitcoin is set right now to start just what looks like it could be just an epic run. So we'll see how we last overnight. Do we blast through this? Because it's that's the thing, right? We're going to have to blast right through this little area right here and really start to do some liquidating. And we got about 8 minutes until yeah, that's the Bitcoin market. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the Chinese market. We're on a delay, so the market's open. So we'll start to get reading. Oh, we're already getting readings, and it just went up. So did it just right now? Ain't that a bitch? All right. So and look at this, the Shanghai Composite. Look what it's doing right now. This is what the liquidity injection looks like in China. It's starting to pump their market, and what's the percentage here for the last couple of days? About 3% in one day. But let's go back here and let's look at it over an extended period of time. What does it look like since the beginning of this year? Well, since the beginning of this year, which is probably going to be right here, and we're going to know that for sure, 10%. So the Shanghai index is up 10% over the course of this year. That is out of control. So let's move on. Gareth Soloway, we'll see what happens with him. But 1706 on Ethereum, 24,895 on Bitcoin. In the last 1 hour, we've had these little moves here. But the last 24 hours, 56% on CFX, 36% on Neo. Huobi is up 18.7%. All the bitching, all the crying. Gate token, Gate.io is up 8%. Chrono is up 8%. Helium is up 7%. They're all just kind of pumping right now. So it looks like we might even see this play out to Terrarium for those of you that are Terrarium fans. So, but let's look here and let's get some news out of the way because it's 8:24. And hold on for me 1 second. God damn it. Somebody just called me to let me know I wasn't sharing. All right, here we go. I'm not going to go the whole stream. I'm only gonna go part of it. God damn it. All right. Well, you know what? This is what I get. This is what I get for not having 3 screens. That's all I'm saying. This is what I get for not having 3 screens. This is why I'll work it out. Bitcoin test 25,000. Is Bitcoin bound for bullish continuation? Well, simple answer to that is yes. It's poised for a bullish breakout. Next up, the majority of Bitcoin retail investors lost money in the last 7 years. Think about that for a second. The majority of Bitcoin retail investors lost money in the last 7 years. Now, let's go back. Let's just go back here because this is real simple. Here's how you make money in crypto, right? You see a cryptocurrency and you think that cryptocurrency has a chance because it provides a service, it provides a utility, it has a function, it's going to get better over time, right? So what do? You invest in it when it's at the bottom, and then that's it. That's it. There's nothing else. There's nothing else that you have to do. All you have to do at this point is just hold on to it. That's exactly, there it is. There, Voltoshi, God damn it. If you are here, I hope you're reading this. But anyway, yeah, that is true though. Ew, I need that Jake Gagan money, son. You know what I mean? Anyway, so all of this, all you have to do is just find something that you think is going to be big, that's going to run, right? And then what do? You just hold it. That's it. That's it. All you have to do is hold it, right? I'm going to come back to this, and we're going to go look at it right now because now I'm going to transfer over. Volt is at 2081. Okay, I bought $150 worth of Volt. $150 worth of Volt when I did a deal with Volt in the beginning to do a video, and I bought $150 worth of Volt. It is now 9.98 Ethereum. So that is basically, I mean, what's that? 20,000? That's 9,000, 16, 17,000. So like I'm up 100x on Volt at this point, right? Let's do another one. NGN. I got $116 worth. $116 worth. And it's now worth 3.59. So that, I mean, that's gigantic. That's and you can actually do the math on this one. It's 57x. So I'm up 57x on NGN. I'm up 110 x on Volt. So all you gotta do is hold. All you gotta do is just hold. Now, here's the other part, right? Sometimes you just give up, right? Terra. I bought Terra. I bought $5,000 worth of Terra, which is now worth 1.1 ETH. So it's worth $1,900 roughly, which means that I am way, 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 way down. Am I nervous about it? No. In the short term, am I annoyed by the fact that it's not pumping? Yes. Am I going to get over it? Yeah. Do you know why? Because here's what's happening over here. When you go back to the crypto market caps, right? And you start looking at what's going on. And I just said 24-hour pumps. What's pumping? Huobi, an exchange token. What else is pumping? Gate, an exchange token. Crow, an exchange token. So people are looking at exchange tokens, right? Well, the next time people are looking at exchange tokens, guess what they're going to be looking at? They're going to be looking at Terrarium. So what's going to happen with it? It's got plenty of room to grow. So it's going to grow, and it's going to version 2. It's going to a version 2 because they've already talked to the people that they need to talk to with the other bigger exchanges, and they were told that they've got to have a version 2 token, that they've got to improve the tokenomics, the supply. They've got to improve everything because you can't have, I mean, let's face it, this is ridiculous to have. I have 5.8 trillion tokens, and there's some guy out there right now telling a girl in a bar, so I'm basically a trillionaire in, so I got like 8 trillion of these tokens, right? So it's basically like I'm rich, only they're only worth like $100 right now. But one day they're going to be worth like $1 million or $1 billion, or, it could even be $1 trillion. I don't know. Anyway, can I buy you a water? Or, if you want anything else, we'll probably have to take it from somebody's table because one day they're going to be worth something, just not right now. And look, the shit's crazy, right? It's just absolutely bonkers that we got into this micro cap area, right? Now you look over here and you see Bone trading for $1.69. You look at NGN trading for $1.14. You look at BRL trading for $1.51. You look at all of these, and the micro cap has gone away. You look at BCB trading for a penny. All of that super micro cap stuff is starting to just move away. Cato's trading for 1.3 cents. There's a different vibe happening right now in crypto, and we're moving away from what was happening before, right? So, obviously Terrarium has to do that in order to get listed on these other exchanges. And I mean, let's face facts. When we come back over here and we look at the cryptocurrencies, Huobi is trading for $6 a token, Gate for $5 a token. And what's the, you click on them and you're going to find what's the supply? The supply of Huobi tokens, 500 million. Like, they get it. They understand. They're not above. Gate.io, how many tokens? 300 million. So these guys understand, right? So they're going to go to a version 2, and then from that version 2, maybe we're going to see some life come out of Terra. So am I annoyed? Yes. Am I going to live with it? Lillian is it's worth half an ETH right now, which is about $854, right? How much did I put into it? Well, originally I put in, like, in my first time, it was like 1,700. And then, like, I got the launch was just bad. It was a broken contract, and then Barney fixed it for me. So then I had, like, 6 trillion or whatever it was to be like 17. Like, I got my $1,700 back, right? And this was a few months back before anything happened with the listings and the whole debacle thing there, right? Well, then when the listing did not happen, in order to help support them, I put 5,000 more into Lillian. So right now, out of 6,700, I have like 600, 800. I have 800 left. So I'm down about 8x, or I'm down 80% on Lillian. However, I believe that moving to a version 2, and whatever comes beyond that is the start of the recovery. So I'm annoyed by the fact, yeah, because I want to see it pump, but I also understand that sometimes a mistake is made, a course correction is made, and you get back on the horse, and you start doing it again, and you make something better of what happened before. So I feel pretty good about the fact that Lillian is going to run up to, at some point, a 20, 30, 40, $50 million market cap from where it is right now, which at 716,000 total liquidity, I would say, because the liquidity pool, by the way, has been fairly high, I would say it probably has about a $1.5 million market cap at a guess. So it wouldn't be anything to say that this is going to have a between 15 and $50 million market cap at some point when the market starts to improve. So that means that it's going to be between 10 and 30x from where it is. And look, you don't need to believe me, but I'm going to be right. And I know that. So I'm just going to hold on quietly and wait for that time and continue to put out content when I think content is necessary to try to let people know that, look, things are going to be fine. MMAI, I threw $500 into it on launch, and that is worth 5.5 ETH right now. So it's worth $900. So, I mean, why am I going to complain? I'm up 100% almost on it, and 80%. So, but I mean, that's the way this works, right? So I'm just sitting here with all of these different bags, just going to hold on to them, right? All I got to do is hold on. That's it, right? And then here's the thing: when retail comes back, and retail's not back yet. Now we can look at we can look at we can take guesses at, is retail back, right? We can look at Bitcoin, and we can say, oh yeah, the number of holders is going up. So is retail coming back? Well, yeah, we're going to have some Bitcoin holders. Is retail coming back? Well, there's a real easy way. And the real easy way, if you ever want to know, is retail coming back, you have to decide, what's the big name in retail? And all you have to do is go down the list and start looking at, like, coin market cap. And then you have to, what is retail into? Retail's into Bitcoin and Shib and Dogecoin. So what does Crypti say about the number of holders on Shib over the last little while? In the last hour, 56 new holders were added. In the last 3 months, 73,609 holders have been added. In the last 6 months, 277,397. Now, over 6 months at 27, that means that about 40,000 per month on average are being added. In the last 3 months, it's only been 73,000. So what that would mean to me is that there's not a whole bunch of retail coming back in. We would be seeing 100 or 200 every hour. And then these 3-month numbers, this number should be something along the lines of, in order to do like this, remember, this is 6 months, 277,000. So there were 200,000 in 3 months. And then in the last 3 months, only 70,000, right? So when we see this 3-month total of 200,000, then we would have a reason to believe that new money is coming into the market or coming back into the market, and that it's going back into Shib. And, really, we only have to look at the market cap, right? Market cap is 1.1 trillion. At the last bull run, during the last bull run, 1.1 trillion, by the way, was the low spot in the last, we were on the day indicator, and that's going to go back to right about July. My birthday, by the way, son of a bitch, like the worst day in crypto was in 2021 during the bull run, not in crypto, but during that last bull run, right here, July 20th. And our market cap on that day was $1.1 trillion. And then it ran up to $3 trillion from there. So, that horrible spot right now, let's zoom out. We're not even at that spot right now. Like, that's how low, you have to consider, like we're at this 25 level right here. At this level, when we were doing this, it was right here. And let's zoom in, and you can see it right here on the 20th of July, my birthday, July 20th, my goddamn birthday. And you can see here that we were trading at, what is this number? 29,041. We were just below 30,000. So we're not even at 30,000 yet. So we're not even at the low point of the last worst part of the bull market. So there's recovery that we have to do. And you know what? God damn it. We should actually, now y'all got me thinking too much. All right. So that number is going to have to be overcome as well. So we're going to put that, and that's going to be, we're going to put that as a smaller orange, not a big orange, but that's an important spot too. And look at all that consolidation that happened right there too. So here we are, 25,034, 25,035. We're on the move into 25,000. Now, what we really need is we need a big pump here. What we need is we need to just pump our way into this area right here, and then start looking at some of these stop losses, right? That's what we need to see. So let's go to at LIQS, liquidations rush. And what do we got going on? 34 seconds ago, big short liquidation, 185,000. A Matic short got liquidated. A Bitcoin short for 300,000 got liquidated. 500,000 got liquidated. 500,000 got liquidated the minute before that. And then, now this is on the pump that's happening right now. Before that, it was 51 minutes. So it was about 50 minutes from the last one. And it was a bunch of shorts, a bunch of little shorts. Well, no, actually, it was a combination of shorts and longs being liquidated, but mostly looked like longs at that point. So, what we should see now is we should see this 25,000, give me to 25,001, give me to 25,002, and you're going to start to see something crazy develop, because once you start to get into this little pocket here, remember, I'm going to point out, we're not going to keep this, but this little spot right here, that little spot right there represents the top over here. So you're not going to see many shorts getting liquidated right here. But when you get up here above that 25,262, when you get up above that, you're going to start to see just a ton of liquidations and CME future orders that are sitting there from people who are waiting right now in order to buy their way in. And let's go over here and look, and you can see that this is back to, let's get on the day chart right here, and you can see that we're almost back to our cap right now. So you're seeing the capital coming back into the market, and it's looking good. So let's go back. Remember, the majority of Bitcoin retail investors lost money because they G'd out and because they lose money. And the majority of every investor that gets into products loses money because they don't have a long-term strategy, and then they don't have a profit-taking strategy. So we do have to remember that. All you have to do is, if you have $100,000 and you're investing $100,000 into something, and that's your entire investment, or that's, if you're in a bear market, don't invest more than $10,000. Keep that 90,000 on the sidelines, even if it hurts. Just keep just a little bit. Most investors who are doing good in the bear market are investing 1 or 2% of their portfolio at any given time when they know that it's a bear market, because the volatility does not work in their favor and there's no real chance for them to make anything unless they're longing and shorting and playing some kind of strategy, right? So the opportunity exists when you're doing it that way, but you don't just long stuff because you end up losing. So that's what people are dealing with right now. So now you're starting to see people who are going to start entering more, and you're going to have 10 before you know it. 10% is going to be in there, 20% is going to be in there, 30% is going to be in there from all these people sitting on the sideline. It's coming, just a matter of time. Also, why is Bitcoin price up? We're running out of time right now, but why is it up right now? Because China. Top analyst reveals easy Bitcoin price target for the current run, says supply crunch is underway, right? So he says, if we get to 42,000, considering how fast we got to 25,000, getting to 30,000 is now in the bag, you could say. I don't want to sound overly bullish, but you showed it on the chart. I call it an air gap. There's nothing there. There's no sell walls. So we'll get to 30,000 really quickly. And this is what he's calling it, an air gap. What I call it, and what I tell you guys that it is a golden pocket, right? It doesn't go all the way to 30,000, despite what this guy is saying, but it is going all the way up to almost 28,000 right now. So you're going to see that once we get in here, if we can get people who are, look, there's so many shorts that are coming up that if we can just pop some of these stop losses and we can just get on the run, then once we get to, 25.3, 25.4, then it takes on a life of its own, because it's popping all of these shorts, and all of that capital is just getting added in and added in and added in and added in. So there we are. And that's, we'll see what happens. But, oh, and by the way, I'm not sure, but this is about 5 hours ago, 81,000 in Chronos shorts got popped, and that's when it started running. So I think that maybe somebody just triggered some shorts on Crow, and that's what caused it. Also over here on Volt, we need the Volt army to vote and Volt. As our ETH contract is owned by the ever-owned contract, we have to get the below proposal approved by our DAO. The poll will run for 24 hours and can be found here. And the poll is the proposal to whitelist 2 upcoming CEX addresses from our taxes on the ETH blockchain, and to whitelist the Bermuda ETH DApp addresses from the taxes on the ETH blockchain for their upcoming Volt integration. And the answer is we should be voting yes for these, because right here, although we aren't allowed to mention the name of the centralized exchanges, there are 2 of them, by the way. We only whitelist addresses upon request of the CEXs. The whitelist transactions can be found on the blockchain after the proposal is approved. Now, I want you to think about this. Something is different. Something is different between these centralized exchanges and normal centralized exchanges for Volt. I want you to think about this. When's the last time we had to vote on whether to whitelist centralized exchanges? When's the last time a centralized exchange requested that we do that? Whatever is going on here, this is big. This is not something small. These are 2 gigantic exchanges that are wanting to do things the quote unquote right way. And we won't know who they are until the whitelist transactions can be found on the blockchain after the proposal is approved. We'll know after it's approved. So the information is going to be forthcoming. And also, just so you guys know, we're going to go to App Everrise right now, and you can see that this ends tomorrow right there. So that's going to end not too long from now. We don't have very long for this, and we're going to find out that there are 2 massive exchanges coming right now. So, oh, and by the way, I got 3.5 ETH just to kind of sit on, just to see what's going on. I got a couple ETH going into Ethereum just because I wanted to see if it was going to run a little bit. I got in. Ooh, it is running. God damn it. But I got in at like 1670. So it's really not worth anything. It's up 120 bucks, but I can't help myself. You know what I mean? So we have that. And then here's some more information. The network wishes everyone a happy President's Day, and may today be all that you hope it to be. In honor of this holiday, this NGN community is doing a buyback event starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and will be for 24 hours So that's going to go until noon tomorrow Central Time. The biggest buy in this time period will win 500 NGN tokens. So as you can see right here, there is, and NGN is number one over here on the list right now, even though Volt is starting to get its pump on. So you look at this over here, you can see that the not a lot of volume, but the pump is on, and we're starting to get people buying in. And the big buy right now, if you got a wallet right now, the big buy is 1 ETH, it looks like. So if you can do more than 1 ETH right now, you got a good chance of being the winner and getting an extra 500 tokens. Now, if you get 500 tokens, what you should consider is how much that's worth. So let's do this. How much is 500 tokens worth? 500 tokens is worth 0.32 ETH. 0.32 ETH right now is worth about $600. So if you want to make an extra 600 or so bucks, then all you have to do at this point is beat 1 ETH. So I don't know how it's going to end, but it'll end tomorrow at noon Central Time, and then you can, maybe you can win. Bull Run Life. I did want to address this. So the Bull Run event happened. Look at this. I mean, it's packed house. Tons of people there. Nice big party. People were having a great time. Did not result in gigantic price movement. Did not create. It didn't create a good pump that took us back to some old numbers, right? But it did create a positive atmosphere, and it did create some positive momentum. So it can't be understated that it started over here. Then we had this little dip during the event, basically, or right after the event. Buy the rumor, sell the news, and then boom, it was off to the races. And now it's back up to $1.51. So, and that is, by the way, the 50-day SMA. So we'll see, over time how this, how it plays out. But it didn't bring in as much notoriety, I want to say, as they were hoping. But it's very difficult because some of the things that I think were supposed to be launched by now just weren't launched, and they weren't ready to go. So this is a long-term play, a long-term build. And to be fair, I haven't even looked at how much I've got in USDC staked at this point. Let's take a quick look. My USD is now worth $83. So, and the APR is 26%. So, I mean, here, the funny thing is, again, you put $1 million in there, it's 260,000 by the end of the year. Now, of course, you put $1 million in, that's too much for this protocol, and the APR would go way down. But just to have an idea here, and it's Steve from Rocket Crypto. So now we've done this one, and now Shib over here. For those of you that haven't been paying attention, you've been smoking rock, hitting the books, whatever it is that you do. I don't know what you do in your spare time, but there is a Medium article up here talking about, it's a blog about what's going on with Shib, and it's from Shaitoshi, and he says that the next time he posts, there will be a beta release. The next time he has a blog post, it will include that there is a beta. It will include the launch of the beta. So we're going to see what happens very, very quickly over here. So let's move on. Liquidation Rush. We're going to refresh this because it seems like we're getting a little bit of a pump on. And are we liquidating more shorts? So we hit the shorts over here for LUNC. We hit LUNC again. We hit a Bitcoin for 185. Not a lot of shorts. Remember what I said, that we're not going to pop too many shorts inside here until we get to 25. That we're in this little area, 25,002. So we're going to have to get a little bit higher into this zone before we start popping some of those big ones. And this is a protected area. You guys should understand. Look, if people are selling at 25,000 because it's their profit level right here, and right here, and right here, and now right here, then at some point they're going to stop selling because they've taken their profit. This level is not worth defending anymore because there's nobody left to defend it. If it's still being defended and you see it happening right here and here and here and here and here, and you see it happen again and again, then you'll know what's happening is that the bears are protecting their short positions up here, and that's what's happening. So that's what you're going to see, and it's going to take a big amount of coordinated capital to start pushing its way into this and start popping some of these shorts and start building through that. So that's what's happening, and that's why it's happening. If in fact this is time enough, if that makes sense. We've already popped too many 25,000s. So let's move on from there, and let's Crow is still pumping, by the way, and that seems to be the only one that's really other than Bitcoin. I think right now the focus right now is on the big dog, Bitcoin and Ethereum, and Crow is having an incidental little run. So not going to put too much into that for now. We want to see 10 cents before we start putting any weight into that last move. But let's close this out. Going down the list here, NGN at number 1 at 7.5% at 114. Volt is up to 2105. The pump is happening because people are starting to recognize, oh my God, 2 centralized exchanges, 2 big centralized exchanges. Something big is coming. Hulk 3735. CMOS, which is coin merge, 3957. Wiz protocol, be content coming out for Wiz protocol tomorrow. It is a staking protocol. We've seen it before. Staking protocol. There'll be some content coming out on it tomorrow. Bone at $1.70, continuing to start that pump. Terra 3265. Not necessarily the high yet. It's not really the high. It's just kind of consolidating at this resistance level right now. And we should probably at least put a line here and recognize that this is clearly a level that is being fought a lot right now. So hopefully we can bust through that and start to get back to, this has been support as well, as you can see. But the next real spot of the next move is 3,600. So we'll see what happens. BRL 151.9, Lillian 63.96. Shib 1355, MMAI 4005, BCB 1061. I think that it's time for another run on BCB. And I'll be fair with you. I was here at 94.60 just a few hours ago, looking at it, thinking like, Jesus Christ, this thing is primed right now to get on a good run, right? And it's up 12% since I said that, which makes me an idiot. But I didn't want to put too much at it. I was going to throw like 2 ETH at it and just see what happens, which is why I have the ETH right now, because I was thinking about moving into a couple of different projects, but I was going to take projects that were on big dips. So I was going to put 2 ETH into BCB, and it'd be up 12% at this point. But I do think it's going to run probably at least to this 13 level. Now, if I'm being honest, and I'm looking at a level that I think it's going to run to, where I would be selling, then I'm going to look at kind of where it's settling right now, right? And it seems like this line right here is a very consistent sort of line. So where am I going to take profit? And that's going to be right here at 1350, like at that 1300 level. If I'm getting off a 9 and I get to 13, then that's going to be about 40% pump. 40% pump is a pretty good one, right? So you got 2 ETH in there and you get 40% more. That's 2.8 ETH, right? So that's almost a full ETH just for holding that for a little while. So do what you got to do on blockchain. Again, it's at 1,061 right now. It's still opportunity for it to pump. 1368 on Cato. WAGMI retracing just a little bit. Couldn't hold that big pump up there at 5,700. Obviously, this is showing up as resistance. We're going to put a little line here and show that that's 2 tests right there to try to break through that resistance level. And it did not do it. So we're going to hold on to that one, and we're going to say that this one right here represents another level, and that's where we seem to be consolidating right here. So these are the levels to watch for this right now, and then the next one up is 6306. So Decanect 9,088 had somebody sell off, or 2 somebody sell off. We had some people leave chat all of a sudden while everybody was sleeping. So you get weird guys that do shit like that every once in a while. Floki 4291 Guys, remember I told you, Floki runs hard, Floki crashes hard. I was going to get, this was one of them that I was going to put an ETH in when I saw it, but it was bouncing. When I saw it, it was bouncing right here off of this 39.54 line. And I thought, you know what? It's time to be shrewd. If I'm going to make the play, don't make the play when it could still go down another 10%. So I decided not to do anything. And I decided that I was just going to let it ride and see if maybe this didn't break down and keep coming down into this 200. And it did not. It just continued back up. But then it's minting lower highs. And you can see right here, whatever was going on with Floki is done, because it is now heading down, 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 which means that it's going to converge with this EMA or SMA and probably become a buy opportunity. But it also, if it breaks that 200, and it's possible, by the way, because again, Floki dumps hard and pumps hard. So it's very possible that it breaks this. And if it does, then we're looking at 2820. We're looking at 2653 as potential levels. We're looking all the way down here at this 24. So, I mean, there's a great possibility of some serious downside on Floki until the next pump. So, all right, well, there it is in a nutshell. If you haven't already, 2 big centralized exchanges are coming for Volt. It would be crazy. Look, it would be crazy right now to not at least pay attention to what's going on with Volt right now. So yeah, Floki right now, and look, it is a little bit of a degen play. Oh, by the way, LUNC DAO, guys, that guy has just turned into like a crazy man. So I am absolutely there for that. So that shit has been absolutely crazy. And I don't, if you've not been following it, by the way, if you have not been following it, then you are absolutely missing out, because some of these people have just been absolutely bonkers out of their mind. Thank you for the $5 bomb, Mr. Cryptocurrency. NGN is a future top 100 cryptocurrency. Do your own research, and thanks, please. Later, when you reach your financial goal, goddamn right, man. That's what I'm talking about. My financial goals. Look, by the way, my financial goal, if any of you are like rich and like you feel like being a sugar daddy to one of the greatest YouTube influencers in the history of YouTube marketing, $60,000. That's what I need. So once I hit $60,000, not what's in my wallet, by the way. I need a pump that's going to be $60,000 pump. If I get $60,000 in my wallet, then everything changes for me anyway. So that's my goal right now, and not again like not partnerships or marketing or anything like that. Like I want to see a crypto pump that gets me like $60,000, or I want somebody to give me $60,000. If that happens, by the way, if anybody out there, let me take this down. If anybody out there is looking, Apollo, I'm looking at you, Apollo. If you want anybody to take $1 million and turn it into $100 million, I am the whole effing show, baby. But I won't do like woo, 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 and all that kind of crazy shit. You know what I mean? But I will get you to 100 million. Anyway, you guys have a good night. This is not financial advice. My name's Bleeves. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. I think we had a lot of people coming in here tonight. We had lightning bolts all over the place. We had lunatics in the house. We have all kinds of stuff going on in the crypto market right now. It is going out of its mind. We're going to get to where we're looking to go, guys. Every one of us, we are going to make it. All you got to do is pay attention to the signals, pay attention to the signs, get yourself in at the bottom of some stuff, hold on to it, and just have a little patience for this bull market, and don't exit your position, and don't give up that position, because that position is your leverage for later on. And if you want that life-changing thing, then you got to have a little patience, and you got to wait for it, because it's coming. So don't cheat out. Don't freak out. Don't get wrecked. Don't lose that position. Don't do any of that kind of shit. And we'll talk to you again very, very, very soon. Or if I don't talk to you, you know who will?
I'm about to drop some hugely powerful alpha And that's what they call it. They call it alpha, believe me. Okay. And not many people know this, but alpha means that I know big things, strong things, powerful things. So here's the alpha, folks. If you want to be hugely rich like me, you got to join and subscribe to the BLEEVESCRYPTO YouTube channel. You got to become a member because many people say, quite frankly, it's the strongest YouTube channel out there. It's fantastic. It's the best. So let me know what you think, folks.
I waste the shit out of my money is what I'm trying to say. That's what I mean. I waste the absolute shit out of my money. But anyway, for those of you that don't know, in closing, before I hit the old outro, 20 hats coming, and they're going to be called Vaulted Believers hats, and they're going to be here in about a week to 10 days. I just paid for them today, so they're going to take a little bit to get made. But I also because I just can't stop myself. And because, like I said before, I don't spend my money wisely. I also bought like 10 shirts to go with it that are also saying the same thing. They also say Vaulted Believer. Then what else did I get? I got, God damn it. I can't remember what else I got, but I got something, and it was spooky. It was scary. It was, you'd be scared if you saw it. I mean, you'd be frightened. Yeah, I don't remember what it was now. But anyway, so yeah, this is not financial advice. My name's Bleeves. I am always right. Oh yeah, I got a hoodie, and that was the other thing that I got. I got a hoodie, 10 shirts. I'm gonna keep one shirt, by the way. So I'm gonna have a whole bunch of giveaways, and I have already talked to. Wait a minute, let me do the Henoch. Voltoshi. I've already talked to Voltoshi, and when I do the giveaway for the hats, I'm also going to be doing a giveaway for cryptocurrency as well. So if you're not vaulted, you're going to have an opportunity to get in on the Vault Army. We'll be giving away $50 worth of Vault tokens when we do the giveaways for some of the hats and some of the shirts. Anyway, it's not financial advice. My name's Bleeves. I'm always right. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will talk to you again very soon.
Looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to go there with me, girl. I'm looking